Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Singer, dear Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English news transmission on the online TV Quickly Buddhist Neutral, a comprehensive channel. The news in this week are mainly about activities of commemoration the Buddha's birthday. Ho Chi Minh City, VESAK 2564, Solar Calendar 2020 to be solemnly held. Hanoi, VESAK Buddhist Calendar 2564, Solar Calendar 2020 to be celebrated at Quán Sứ Pagoda by Vietnam Buddhist singer. Great VESAK 2564, Solar Calendar 2020 to be celebrated at provinces nationwide. The Buddhist and state delegations visited and congratulated the Vietnam Buddhist singer on the occasion of the Buddha's birthday celebration. Charity activities to help VESAK 2564, Solar Calendar 2020. Awarded on the Lunar April Moon Program, writing contest My Words dedicated to Buddha. And hereafter are the news in details. In the week of commemoration of Buddha's birthday, Buddhist organizations and provincial singers in the country solemnly celebrated the Buddha's birthday. On the morning of May 7, 2020, the Vietnam Buddhist singer and Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Administration Board solemnly celebrated the VESAK Buddha Ceremony 2564 Solar Calendar 2020 at Vietnam National Temple in witness of reverend venerables and dignitaries.
In witness, it was honored to have Elder Venerable Thích Trí Quảng, Deputy Prelate, cum Chaps of the Councils of Patrons, Chaps of the Administration Board, with the participation of the venerables and religious dignitaries and deities from 24 districts. Elder Venerable Thích Trí Quảng proclaimed the Buddha's birthday message from the prelate. Elder Venerable Thích Phổ Tuệ, who sent it to monks and nuns, Buddhists at home and abroad. Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Buddhist Administration Councils of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, delivered a speech to celebrate the great Buddha's birthday in Buddhist calendar 2564, solar calendar 2020. At the same time, the Venerable also wished monks and nuns and fellow Buddhists all over the country for a Buddha's birthday auspicious, prosperous achievements. The Venerable also calls the Buddhist monks and nuns to strictly obey the Prime Minister's directives in the prevention and control of pandemic, supporting the purchase of necessary medical apparatus for hospitals and encouraging task forces. Service at the front line to fight epidemic and take care of the lives of laborers in difficult epidemic spell. As the monasteries, monks, and nuns continue to perform well the confinement to avoid infectious disease in the communities and perform the praying for the convert, the amenities of the Buddha so that the epidemic would soon disappear, for sanction being everywhere to live in a tranquility and peacefulness.
On the morning of the same day, the Central Vietnam Buddhist singer solemnly held a great ceremony to celebrate Buddha's birthday at the headquarters of the Central Office of Vietnam Buddhist Temple, Quán Sứ Pagoda, Hanoi City.
Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiễu, Standing Vice Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, declared the Buddha's birthday message from the Venerable Dharma Master sends monks, nuns, Vietnamese Buddhists at home and abroad on the occasion of Buddha's birthday, 2564. Venerable Thích Gia Quang, Vice Chairman of the Administration Council, Chairman of the Central Committee for Information and Communication of Vietnam Buddhist Studies, also read the VESAK message written by the Venerable Prelate of the Buddhist Sangha, and then Mr. Ngô Sách Thực in turn read the congratulation letter to the Buddha's Great VESAK 2020. Venerable Thích Thanh Nhã and Most Venerable Thích Minh Quang solemnly conducted the ritual of offering incense, reciting the Buddha's teaching, Dharma Sutra, Chuan Pha Lin, with sincere devotion. The Buddhas performed the Buddha bathing ritual. Together, the aggregation of two delicate prayers, worship for the light of the true Dharma to be forever transmitted in the world, to benefit the peace and happiness of all beings and species.
Venerable Sangha, ladies and gentlemen, the following great events also took place in a number of provinces in the sacred atmosphere to celebrate the Buddha's birthday on 6 and 7 of May 2020, quoted for its summary reporting.
In Bình Dương, on the morning of May 7, 2020, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Bình Dương province solemnly celebrated the great Buddha's birthday in Buddhist year 2564, solar year 2020, at Hội Khánh Pagoda, Thủ Dầu Một. Venerable Thích Huệ Thông, Deputy Secretary General of the Administration Council, Chief of the Central Office 2, Head of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, proclaimed the Buddha's birthday message from the prelate, Venerable Thích Phổ Tuệ. Venerable Thích Thiện Duyên proclaimed the VESAK speech for Buddhist calendar 2564, solar calendar 2020 of the Venerable Chairman of the Buddhist Sangha in order to help Buddhists better understand the Buddha, the teacher of the three realms, the good father of four species. Buddhist monks and nuns from Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Bình Dương province, leaders in the government perform a ritual of offering incense and bathing Buddha, wishing for a peaceful world and praying that the COVID-19 pandemic would be eliminated soon and the family would be peaceful and happy. In Tiền Giang, the venerables in the administration board of the Buddhist Sangha of Tiền Giang province officially celebrated the great Buddha's birthday, 2564, 2020, in the main worship hall of Vĩnh Tràng Pagoda, Tiền Giang province. The ceremony took place solemnly. After the ceremonial introduction, Venerable Thích Giác Nhân, Deputy of the Administration Board, Head of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, proclaimed the Buddha's birthday message from the prelate of Buddhist Sangha to the monks and nuns, Vietnamese Buddhists, and Buddhists at home and abroad. Venerable Thích Huệ Minh, member of the Buddhist Administration Board, Head of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, Head of the organizing committee of the ceremony, read the speech of Thích Thiện Nhân, the Venerable Chairman of Administration Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, to help VESAK. Bhadanta Thích Nhuận Đức, Deputy of Administration Board, Head of the Buddhist Layman Instruction Section, Deputy of Dharma Enactment Section, on behalf of the dignitaries in the Dharma Enactment Section, proclaimed the meaning of VESAK of the Venerable Vice Chairman of Administration Council, Head of the Dharma Enactment Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, so that the monks and nuns Buddhists have the opportunity to review the practical value of the enlightenments who appears in life, bringing many benefits to human life. In Kiên Giang, previously, the local administration board of Buddhist Sangha in An Minh district solemnly held the great Buddha's birthday, 2564, 2020, at Thanh An Pagoda, Kiên Giang province. After proclaiming the message of VESAK 2564, dispatched by Venerable Prelate Thích Phổ Tuệ, and the VESAK speech 2564, 2020, of Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, the reverend dignitaries, monks and nuns performed the religious ritual of burning incense to worship at Buddha, reciting prayers for the Buddha's birthday, and bathing in the traditional Buddhist ritual to celebrate the Buddha's birthday, 2564, 2020, and pray for the COVID-19 pandemic to be eliminated from the country of Vietnam, so that the country would soon stabilize its economic development and peace and equanimity. In Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, at the QUAN Pagoda, the office of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu province, the reverend monks and nuns of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha solemnly organized the Great VESAK ceremony 2564, 2020. After the solemn ceremony, the religious deities lighted the Buddha's incense, recited the VESAK worship song, recited the Sutra Chuan Pha Lin, prepared the Buddha bath podium, and performed the Buddhist bath rite in the Buddhist tradition, and pray for the COVID-19 to be soon exterminated so that the country of Vietnam would be peaceful, stable, socio-economic development after the pandemic. Pray for the longevity of the Buddha Dharma and the Buddhists kept their faith in the Triple Gems and maintained the Buddhism. In Thừa Thiên Huế, on the evening of May 6, 2020, at the headquarters office in Ba La Mật Original Patriarch Temple, Thừa Thiên Huế, and the Provincial Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Phu Vang District, coordinated with the monks to celebrate the Great Buddha's birthday, 2564, and connected to the online communication channels of the District Administration Board for Buddhist monks and nuns from near and far to join the universal praying, longevity of Dharma, glorious fatherland, world peace, epidemic elimination, peaceful sentient beings. In Bình Thuận, at Phật Pagoda, the headquarters of Buddhist Administration Board of Bình Thuận Province, Phan Thiết City, Buddhist Administration Board solemnly celebrated the Great Buddha's birthday, 2564, 2020. At the ceremony, after 3 rounds of gentle bell tolling to call the witness of Buddhas for attention of the merits, the whole aggregation worshipped the patriarchs, the Buddha's offering, and offer incense in front of the golden statue of Buddha, the Father. After the main ritual ceremony, the monks and nuns of patrons held Buddha with incense. The Triple Gems ritual, the Dharma worship, one pointedly directed towards the Garden of Lumbini of India, to pay homage to Lumbini, free from agony in Ren retreat, reincarnation of Guru Shakyamuni Buddha, and recited sutras fallen. In Lâm Đồng, at Linh Trung Pagoda in Đà Lạt City, permanent section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Lâm Đồng solemnly held the Great Buddha's birthday, 2564, solar calendar 2020. The ritual section spent a minute in righteous thoughts, commemorating and praying for the victims of the COVID-19 pandemic to be reborn in peace. The ritual ceremony was celebrated by the dignitaries of the provincial Buddhist hierarchy in a solemn, respectful atmosphere toward the birth of Venerable Buddha the Father. The attendants prayed for the peaceful nation, a peaceful world, a prosperous and wealthy country, and prayed for humanity to quickly overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. Previously, the dignitaries of the Provincial Administration Board dispatched a delegation to visit the cemetery for commemorating the martyrs at the Martyr Cemetery of Đà Lạt City. On this occasion, delegations of leading agencies in the province, Đà Lạt City, came to the monasteries to visit and congratulate the VESAK 2564 2020. In Đồng Nai, at Tỉnh Hội Pagoda, headquarters of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, the monks solemnly held the Great VESAK 2564 2020 in a simple way, but still solemnly and purely. In addition to the solemn rites, the venerable dignitaries and the delegations bowed to the image of the Buddha deity in praying. The incense smoke was blended into the prayer of the worship, respectfully offered to the Buddha's birthday, and prayers for all the beings to have peace and happiness. The Buddha's birthday celebration in Buddhist calendar 2564 took place successfully and satisfactorily in the pleasure of monks and nuns and the light of the Buddha's enlightenment.
On the occasions of the Great Buddha's birthday celebration on 2564, departed and state delegations, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, and agencies from central to local levels visited and congratulated the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in provinces and cities nationwide.
In Ho Chi Minh City, on the morning of May 3, 2020, Standing Deputy Prime Minister Trung Hoa Bình visited and congratulated Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha to meet Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân at MINH Pagoda. On behalf of the party, state, and Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, he wished the chairman Venerable good health. He also wishes the monks and nuns, Buddhists, a meaningful and peaceful Buddha's birthday. He also reported on the prevention of the COVID-19 pandemic that basically our country had curbed the pandemic, so far shifted into the new normal state. He expressed his gratitude for the contribution of Buddhism for more than 2,000 years, along with the people and the country. In particular, in the prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha issued many circulars, clarifying instructions for monks and nuns Buddhists to prevent and control epidemics, and conducted many social and welfare activities, contributing to stabilizing the life, physically and spiritually, for the people. The chairman Venerable expressed his appreciation and gratitude to the leaders of the party, the state and Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee for creating favorable conditions for the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and Buddhists at home and abroad to contribute to the country's development, especially in the prevention of COVID-19 pandemic. The Venerable emphasized that VESAK Festival, an event recognized by the United Nations as a cultural festival of mankind, was not only a sacred festival for Buddhists to commemorate three important events related to the life of Buddha: the birth, his enlightenment, and attainment, which becomes an international festival, actively contributing to the creation of peace and happiness for humanity from human spirit and wisdom of Buddhism. At QUAN Pagoda in Hanoi City. On the afternoon of April 4th, 2020, the Hanoi leadership delegation led by Mr. Vương Đình Huệ, member of the Political Bureau, Secretary of the City Party Committee, head of the Hanoi National Assembly delegation, paid a visit to dignitaries, Sangha leaders at QUAN Pagoda. He appreciated the efforts of the Sangha in the development process with the spirit of protecting the country and the people, and accompanying the people through the successful organization of the 2019 VESAK Festival at Tam Trúc Pagoda last year. The Sangha promoted the image, culture, country, people of Vietnam, and the religion itself to friends in the world. This year, the world in general and in Vietnam in particular are struggling to fight COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to the close guidance of the government and the Sangha and the community's consensus, the spread of infection has been well controlled. In addition, the charity work is being promoted, helping people overcome difficult circumstances to stabilize their livelihood. In the afternoon of the same day, the Presidium of the Vietnam Youth Union also visited and sent greetings to the Central Office of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha on the occasion of Buddha's birthday, Buddhist Calendar 2564, Solar Calendar 2020. Mr. Nguyễn Anh Tuấn, Permanent Secretary of the Central Youth Union, Chairman of the Vietnam Youth Union, was a team leader. Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiễu thanked the leaders of Vietnam Youth Union. The Venerable appreciated the spirit of service of young people, Vietnam Student Association in all three VESAK celebrations in Vietnam, and charity relief activities in the recent pandemic, which has been of great significance and contribution to social security and national development. On the occasion of Buddha's birthday, the leader of Vietnam Youth Union and the religious leaders of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha performed the Buddhist bathing ritual to pray for peace and equanimity in the world. Then on the morning of May 5th, 2020, the leaders of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha also welcomed the National Assembly delegation, the City Police delegation, and the City Women's Union delegation. The National Assembly delegation was led by Mr. Trần Văn Túy, member of the Party Central Committee, member of the National Assembly's Standing Committee, head of the National Assembly's Member Affairs, Ms. Nguyễn Thanh Hải, member of the Party Central Committee, member of the National Assembly's Standing Committee, head of the People's Will Commission of Vietnamese National Assembly. City Police delegation was led by Lieutenant General Đoàn Duy Khương, Director of Hanoi City Public Security, Senior Lieutenant Colonel Ngô Chí Dược, head of PAO2, along with other team members in the delegation. The Women's Union of the city was headed by Ms. Phạm Thị Thanh Hương, Vice Chairman of the city's Women's Union. The delegation sent greetings and congratulations to the Sangha on this great festival. Representatives of the leaders acknowledged and appreciated the positive contributions of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the religious monks and nuns, Buddhist lay people to the development of the country in recent years. On the morning of May 6, 2020, current First Deputy Prime Minister Trương Hòa Bình and the government delegation visited and congratulated the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. He conveyed the best wishes to good health of the venerables in standing section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, monks and nuns, Vietnamese and foreign Buddhists, so that they can continue to accompany the country with its growth, integration, and development in the present and the future. He and his delegation came to offer incense to the Buddha and performed the meaningful and sacred Buddha bath ritual at QUAN Pagoda. In Kon Tum, On the afternoon of May the 5th, 2020, the delegation of the Provincial Party Committee, People Council, People's Committee, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, headed by Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hòa, Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, Chairman of Provincial Vietnam's Committee, visited and congratulated the Provincial Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. He sent congratulations to venerables and all reverend Buddhists in the province, welcomed the happy and meaningful Buddha's birthday. Thereby, he also recognized and appreciated the positive contribution of Buddhism in Kon Tum province in the socio-economic development, local security, and social orders, especially in communication to implement well measures to prevent and control COVID-19 pandemic. In Bình Dương, on May the 4th, 2020, at Ho An Pagoda, Thủ Dầu Một City, a delegation of the Provincial Party Committee, People's Council, People's Committee, Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Bình Dương Province, headed by Mr. Đặng Minh Hưng, Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, visited and congratulated the Great Buddha's birthday, 2564. He sent his greetings and congratulated the Great Buddha's Birthday Buddhist Calendar, 2564, Solar Calendar, 2020 to all venerables from the Provincial Buddhist Sangha and Buddhist monks and nuns, all Buddhists in the whole province. He also appreciated the positive contributions of Buddhist activities and social charity activities in Buddhism in general and in Bình Dương in particular. A remarkable contribution to peace and happiness to the people so as to build Bình Dương into a beautiful and civilized city and later to become a smart city.
Along with ceremony event to celebrate the Buddha's birthday VESAK, the provincial sangha in provinces and cities also had charity activities to share resources with the disadvantaged people during the Buddha's birthday, as well as continue to implement measures to prevent and control COVID-19 in accordance with Prime Minister's Decree No. 19.
In Kon Tum, Huệ Hương Pagoda, together with some sponsors, opened the Zero Dome booth with the themes of sharing love on the afternoon, May 3rd, 2020. When going to the Zero Dome supermarket, people were tested for body temperatures, washing hands with sanitizer as a rule. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Venerable Thích Vạn Nhân, Deputy Head of the Chef Secretaries of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Kon Tum Province, Abbot of Huệ Hương Pagoda, said, "This is an annual program held before the great events such as Spring Maitreya, Full Moon in April to celebrate Buddha's birthday VESAK, Umlabana Filial Pieties, Mid-Autumn Festival." On this occasion, the Venerable Abbot thanked and sent his blessing with Buddha good season to the Buddhists for contributing to the love-sharing activity in support of the disadvantaged people in the province. On the mornings of May 6, 2020, on behalf of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, Bhadanta Thích Nhuận Quang, Deputy Secretary cum Chefs of the Culture Sections of the Provincial Buddhist Sangha, gave 60 gifts to disadvantaged peoples on the occasion of Buddha's birthday. The total values for these gift distributions is over 6 million Vietnam dong. The gifts are relatively small but partly support the disadvantaged people to reduce the worries about tomorrow's meals, adding confidence to the people to overcome difficulties. In Bình Phước, on the mornings of May 5, 2020, social communication sections of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in Ho Chi Minh City provide 1,000 gifts, each worth 400,000 Vietnam dong, to people in the border area in Bù Đắp District, Bình Phước Province, where many ethnic minority lives, so that they can overcome difficulty during the COVID-19 pandemic spell. The total budget for the charity trip is about 400 million Vietnam dong. Recently, implementing the instructions of the standing committees of the District Party Committee in collecting the charity resources and organizing visits and giving gifts to disadvantaged people in border areas facing difficulty due to the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic in Bù Đắp District. The military headquarters of Bình Phước Province cooperated with the most venerable Thích Thanh Phong to mobilize the charity from the organizations and individuals to contribute and to support the poor people affected by COVID-19. Especially, it will perform with the affection, the deep concerns of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and the social charity sections of Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Sangha. In Quảng Nam, on the mornings of May 7, 2020, at Pháp Bảo Pagoda Administration Office of the Buddhist Sangha of Hội An City, Quảng Nam Province launched the program Rises of Universal Compassion to support the poor people in need during the COVID-19 spell on the occasion of the Buddha's great birthday, 2564-2020. In the mornings of that day, more than 1,200 people came to receive the gifts. On the occasion, the sponsor also supported match and donated raincoat. This is a kind-hearted additional gift, not a part of the Sangha's agenda. In Ho Chi Minh City, one focus of heart and mind to have the Great VESAK ceremony 2564-2020. Most Venerable Thích Nhuận Tâm, Abbot of La Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, organized the charity program, connecting, sharing 1,000 gifts for people in difficult circumstances, street vendors, and lottery ticket sellers, motorbike driving transporter, on the occasions of Buddha's birthday. It signals that so far, La Pagoda in Gò Vấp had organized many charity programs, especially the Pagoda opened the large-scale free language center with a capacity of 3 months per 3,000 students, 80 classes, including 6 foreign languages, English, Chinese, German, French, Korean, Japanese, completely free of charge for students from all over the province to study in Ho Chi Minh City. In Đắk Nông, on May 7, 2020, on the occasion of the Great Buddhist Day, to celebrate the Great Buddha's birthday VESAK 2564, Ngọc Đạt Vihara, in conjunction with the Youth Union of the Departments of Home Affairs of Đắk Nông Province, offered 100 gifts to disadvantaged people, especially during the recent social distancing lockdown. Ngọc Đạt Vihara had also given 50 separate gifts to poor people in the vicinities of the Vihara in this Buddha's birthday season. It signals that its gifts is worth 200,000 Vietnam dong. These gifts are the devotions of the Buddhists from near and far to back up and support this meaningful program. To contribute to the offerings, a way to pay homage to the Buddhist towards the birth anniversaries of Buddha.
Dear Venerable Sangha, dear Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, during the week of Buddha's birthday, VESAK 2020, the first writing contest organized by PSO TV Communication Information Channel, titled My Words Dedicated to Buddha, and designing the space of Buddha's birthday celebration in Buddhist families have been accomplished. The organizing board officially announced the award on the evening of May 7, the fourth moon of the fourth lunar month. At the end of the competition, the organizing board received 180 entries to My Words Dedicated to Buddha's writing contest and 383 in-house frescoes of Lumbini garden setting, the space of Buddha's birth.
The first prize of the writing contest is the composition Smile of Buddha, written by Bhadanta Thích Trương Khánh in Ho Chi Minh City. The second prize winner is Nun Thích Nữ Trung Nguyện from Đồng Nai with her works Journey Accompanied by Buddha, and Bhadanta from Da Nang with the works Sentiment of Great Angel. The third prize is won by the second-year student of the University of Social Sciences and Humanities, Ho Chi Minh City, Miss Nguyễn Hồng Mơ, who is currently living in Cà Mau with her works The Place Where I Return. The consolation prizes are awarded to the following authors: Buddhist layperson Lương Đình Khoa in Hưng Yên with the works Ballad on the Vietnamese Soul and Grateful Words in the Epidemic Spell, Nên Thích Nữ Diệu Ngộ with the works I'm Happy When Buddha Is With Me, Nên Thích Nữ Tuệ Hiếu with the works Intimate Words in VESAK Festival, and finally the words Perception of the Pain and Suffering Through the Buddhist Teaching by Nên Thích Nữ Trung Nhã. The most favorite work is the one that won the consolation prize by layperson Lương Đình Khoa in Hưng Yên, Ballad on the Vietnamese Soul and Grateful Words in the Epidemic Spell. On the same night of the April moon, the program announced the awards of the contest designing the Buddha's birthday space at the Buddhist families. The first prize belongs to two Buddhist families, the Nguyễn Trung Hiếu at Rạch Giá City, Kiên Giang Province, and the Nguyễn Thanh Vũ Buddhist family, Dharma Name, Nhuận Giới, Ho Chi Minh City. The second prize is won by the family, Buddhist Liễu Phước Huy, Dharma Name, Quảng Phúc, Bình Định. The third prize is a series of night works of Buddhist Mai Xuân Thọ, Dharma Name of Quảng Trường, Đồng Nai, and Buddhist family Bùi Tuyết Lê, Dharma Name Diệu Hoa, Hoàng Kiếm District, Hanoi. The consolation prizes, respectively, are awarded to families Phạm Tấn Lộc, Thủ Thừa District, Long An Province, Lý Hùng Duy, Bình Tân District, Vĩnh Long Province, Phạm Ngọc Sơn, Dharma Name Như Lực from Cư Mờ Ga District, Đắk Lắk Province, and the Buddhist family Trần Ngực, A Lưới District, Thừa Thiên Huế Province. As a result of social distancing rule for pandemic control, the award was announced online in the April program on lunar April 15 by lunar calendar. To contest, the writing contest My Words Dedicated to Buddha and Designing a Space of VESAK 2564 2020 celebration in Buddhist families have come to the closing and fulfilled, leaving many lovely emotions in the heart of Buddhists everywhere in the country. Reportedly, the second writing contest, officially organized by Buddha Online, will be launched on July 1st, 2020 during the Olambana ritual time.
Venerable Singer, ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed up this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSL TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.